Karen here, and today I have this 5x7 Z-Fold card that has a hidden little gift card in there. Now it fits because this part, since this is a 5x7 card, this part here is 2.5 inches, and gift cards are just over 2 inches wide, so it absolutely will fit in there. So let me get this camera turned around and I'll show you how I did it. Alright, before we get started, let's talk a little bit about the paper. So I have a 2 by 6.5, which I'm going to layer on a 4 1/4 by 6 3/4. I have a 6 3/4 by 4 3/4 and a 4.5 by 6.5 of the same print that I'm going to layer also, and that's going to go on the inside. Now for the card base, it is a 10 by 7 that is scored at 2.5 and 5, and that makes our Z-Fold card. Now let's talk about what we're going to do on the inside here. Now the first thing we're going to do is get these cut out. Now this embossing folder really is made to have one piece of paper in here. You emboss the 3 shapes onto the piece of paper. That's not what I wanted. I wanted them like this, where they're going to be separate pieces. So what I did is I cut out some circles that are 1 3/4. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take them and place them inside here on top of the circles. I'm going to close this carefully. I'm going to look at it through here because there's a circle here that you can look at to make sure the paper is where you want it. This one here slid down a little bit, so let me push that one back up there a little bit. There we go. So now they're all where I want it to be, so I'm going to hold on to these while I run these through my machine. And this is a 2D folder, so I will need the extra shim to run it through. So I'm just going to keep my hand here and hold on to it until the paper is grabbed. Alright. Now when I take this out, I'll have 3 all embossed. Now this paper is white core, so all I have to do now to show the white on the inside is to sand it. And I just have this sanding block that I bought, and all you have to do is go over it like this. Just like that. So there's the one. So I'm going to use that one that I already sanded, and this design I already sanded. So now we have the 3. So let's go ahead and start constructing this card. Move the rest of that over to the side. Let me grab some glue. Alright, so first I'm going to take the 4.5 by 6.5. And let's glue that to the 4 3/4 by 6 3/4 and get that in the center. Alright. That looks good. Now I'm going to glue this down into the card first before I glue the other 2 pieces down. And the reason why I'm going to do that is because when this card is closed, I want it all to line up. So to ensure that looks like that slid a little bit. There we go. Put this down. Now I'm going to do the matte layer first. I'm going to glue that down and line that up with the brown on the other side. So I'm going to keep the card closed. And I'm going to line this up to where that looks like it matches. Just like that. That looks good. So now I'll glue the 2 by 6.5 on top. line that up with the print. And that just makes it an easier way to make sure both panels are lined up. Just put one on first, and you could have put the smaller one on first, it doesn't matter. Just put one on first and then put the other one on. Alright, so that's all done. So now we'll be putting these on the front. Now when you look at these, to me these two seem more similar in shape than this one. So I'm going to put the flower one in the middle and the other ones on either side. It just looks a little bit more balanced that way. So let me grab my foam. And I'm going to use 1/16 foam on this. And we'll just put a little piece on the back of each one. Now we will put these on. This one, let's see, it's going to need to go in the middle. Here. So we'll put this one here. Now we'll put the top one on. Turn this sideways so I can look at it a little bit better. And that looks about the same. That will go there. And this one will go in the middle. Alright. There's that part. Now for the inside of the card, I have another 1 3/4 inch white circle, and then I have one that is 2 inches across. And what I want to do here is I want to stamp on this one. So there is a stamp set on here that has all these little stamps on it, and I'm going to use Thanks a Latte. And it's kind of a small stamp, so I need to add something else to it. So what I want to use is I want to use one of these cups. So I have all the pieces cut out here. Let's move this to the side, that to the side. Let's quickly put our cup together. So this cup goes together pretty easily. Let me go grab my narrow bottle. Because basically there's a piece for the cup, for the little sleeve, there's a straw, there's a lid, and then a little decoration that goes on the front. So this goes together pretty easily. So I used a very small print for the cup, because you don't want to either want to use a solid or something that's very, very tiny. And then the cuff will go over it, and just like a regular coffee cup, it will be slightly bigger. Then the lid will go on top, and the lid is only going to be attached here on this bottom here, so we're just going to put a little strip of glue here, and this will go across the top. Pick this up. But this is a cute little coffee cup, and it goes together really easily. And then the straw will just be in the back here, so I will put some glue on here. Now I'm trying to decide if I even need the little straw, because that's kind of hot coffee, isn't it? Yeah, I'll just leave it there like a stir. I can always trim it down a little bit. Now for the front, I cut out the little circle from the set. Let me grab the set here. So this is the set. You can see this is the cup. There's the lid. There's the little sleeve. There's a lid if you want to make, a round top on. There's some whipped cream. There's your straw, your little designs for the front, and your circle for the front. So you can make whipped cream or the rounded tops. So I have my little circle here, and I have a tiny little heart. So I'm just going to put a little dab of glue here. Pick up the heart, put the heart in the middle. And we'll glue this on. That will be on the sleeve. Alright, so now that we have all this, I think I do want to trim this off a little bit. That seems a little long. There we go. That looks better. So now we have to decide where I want to stamp this. So these two will be on here like this. And I'm going to have this over here, hanging off. And then the Thanks a Latte, I think will be on the bottom. I think something like that. So let me grab my stamping platform. Alright, so we'll put this down. We'll put the Thanks a Latte on here. I think this will go over here like this. That, move my little cup out of the way. And pick this up. Grab some ink. That's just a quick dry ink. And I'll give it one more because I did not prime these stamps. There we go. This little coffee set is kind of cute. It has a lot of different things on there. There's also some tea pieces. That's why it's called coffee and tea, but I only have the coffee ones. Alright, so let's bring in our card base, our Thanks a Latte, and our cup. So I think what I want to do is I'm going to raise this, the smaller circle that's the same size as these pieces, up a little bit. And this will go in the middle. Alright. And this is going to go on here. I think I'm going to raise that up a little bit too. And this will be, that's going to go here. This will be like this. So now I have my little topper. So when the card is closed, I want this to be here. Just like that. Lined up with the middle here. And that's just going to get glued down flat. I think we have enough dimension there. So I'll hold this closed. Line that up in the middle. There we go. Thanks a Latte. So when it's standing up, it will stand up like this. Now I will say this spot here has room to put a gift card on here. Alright, to make a simple gift card holder to put in this card, you will need a piece of paper that is 6 by 3. And you're going to score that along the 6-inch side at 3. And then turn it to the 3-inch side and score a 1/4 of an inch down each side. So if this is 3 inches and we took a 1/4 of an inch off of each side, that's going to bring us down to the 2.5 inches that we have to fit in this card. But that's going to be a tight squeeze. And gift cards are generally just a little over 2 inches wide. So definitely you want to cut the score line away. The score line, and then maybe 1/8 of an inch. Just go inside just enough to when we fold this, it will fit in the card. So let's cut that away. Cut this away to the score line. We're cutting to the 3-inch score line here. So now we're going to fold this up. And we're going to fold the two sides in all the way. Now let's double check one more time. Make sure we are still less than 2.5 inches, which we are, so we are good. So now we're going to glue down the two flaps, and you want to glue these to the outside so your gift card doesn't get caught on your little pouch here we're making. So I'll glue that down, glue this one down, give it a moment to grab. While that grabs, let me grab my stamping platform. So I want to stamp something to the outside of this. So I'm going to put that on here. Now this has a bunch of cute little sayings on here, but I'm going to grab Coffee Time. And I'm going to put that in the middle. And we'll pick this up. Let me grab my ink. Alright, so all that's left is to glue this inside. And to show you that it does still fit, here's a card, and it fits in there just fine. So we're going to put glue all over the back here. And we'll put this down here. And when we close it, it's all hidden. And there you go, gift card. Thanks a latte, and a little gift card inside, a little coffee gift card. So there's our card. I hope you liked it. If you did, give me a thumbs up. And please consider subscribing to my channel. And until next time, stay crafty.